what? There's a song that I love on by an artist named Mary J. Blige called "Changes," and when I hear that song, it reminds me so much of my book. As humans, whether we want to be in love with a significant other, a wife, a partner, a sister, a brother, we're always going through changes to make someone that should probably just love us automatically love us, and we do things to try to convince them to love us. My name is Jaime Martinez. I am a salon owner, and I've been a hairstylist for the last 24 years. In the last 22 years in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm an author that is primarily trying to write about Mexican Americans, Latinos. We don't see a lot of that us on the media, other than on Univision or Telemundo. So I want to write books and hopefully screenplays one day. But right now I am writing about some specific characters, Gustavo and Hector Huerta. They're in my first book. Mijito doesn't live here anymore. And I really wanted to write about two Mexican American males. Thought it was real important to me, their lives from a young age to adulthood. You don't see enough of us Mexican Americans on TV. You don't see the good, bad, or the indifferent. I really just want to show Mexican men, and it was real important for me to have two Mexican men, even though they were drawn on my book cover, because I never see them on magazine covers, I never see them on front of newspapers. And when I did my research, I really just, there's very few authors, especially writing the genre of books that I'm writing, which are fiction and which are just about everyday lives and childhoods and friendships and love and just the reality of our lives. From my point of view, stories. I also am writing stories about people you may never read about or heard about, transsexuals, gay men, strippers, which people have wrote about strippers, but the behind the scenes, their lives, why they are doing what they're doing. I've never really read a real story about a transsexual that has just had a great life. The characters in my book are good looking, you know, the Star's good looking, Hector's good looking, Gustavo's good looking, Angel's good looking, and it's just to go through the lives of 4 young adults in Mojito that are good looking. You know, would it be different if they weren't so attractive, if maybe they were fat or had horrible acne or maybe even a disability? Who knows? But these 4 characters are very good looking, and a lot of what they do and how they get by is off their looks, and it's unfortunate, but it happens, you know. And I really wanted to speak about their lives and, you know, how they live and what they do and how they love, how they hate, how they forgive. You know, it's really important to me to share their story. I'm a Mexican American gay male. I'm 40 years old. I primarily grew up in Sacramento, California, in a neighborhood called Oak Park, Sacramento, until I was 18. I left Sacramento October 5th, 1992. I always set it in my head that I wanted to live in Atlanta, and opportunity came, and I made it happen. I turned 18, and I didn't have a real job at the time. I was on and off drugs slightly, if you can be on and off drugs slightly. And I took I went and applied for welfare, and I got a check. I applied in August. I think I must have gotten a check September. I took that check and I ran to the Greyhound as fast as I could and bought me a one-way ticket to Atlanta. I was dealing with a lot of trauma from, you know, childhood of being gay and having a dysfunctional family. Not as dysfunctional as Gustavo and Hector's, but still, you know, things that happen in families. And I got on that bus, and I said I would never come back to Sacramento unless I flew back. And so that was true. The next year I did come back for Christmas, and I flew back to Sacramento. In Atlanta, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. I knew how my junior and senior year of high school, I went to hair school. I didn't graduate high school, but I still had the urge, and I knew it was one of my blessings to be able to do hair, and it was a passion of mine. I always knew that I wanted to be a writer. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. I didn't know how to connect sentences, being that a lot of times I didn't go to school, even in high school, even missed some junior high school. So some stuff I remembered and some stuff I didn't, but I knew more importantly that I wanted to tell stories, our stories, Mexican American gay stories, Mexican American stories in general, and just stories of people that you normally wouldn't hear in books or in movies or in short films or on the big screen or on Lifetime. And I want to continue to write books, which I'm doing now. I'm on my third one. My second one is hoped to be published in the next 4 months. Cochina, but I have self-published. Mijito Doesn't Live Here Anymore on Amazon.com, and it's coming up on the 21st of November. It's 2-year anniversary. In time, I thought that hair was my passion, which it is. I still love it, but there's nothing like being able to be in the minds of people and telling your story. It's important for me to tell the journey of these 4 characters, and Mijito Doesn't Live Here Anymore. The first 2 characters are Hector and Gustavo, which are Mexican American twin brothers, which start off around the age of 9 and they end the book being 18. They are 2 Mexican American good looking brothers that grew up in the same households, and they have a lot of the same issues, except for one is heterosexual and one is homosexual. And I really wanted to show Gustavo and Hector as these strong Mexican American males that go through hardships. They go through the loss of people that they love. They've been burnt. They've been discriminated against at times, and I wanted to show their journey of becoming great adults. Growing up in Oak Park, there was a girl, I'm not going to say her name because of legal purposes, that was probably as dark complected as Grace Jones. And I still remember her being one of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen in my entire life. Her face was perfect, and her nose was perfect, and everything was perfect about her, and I could never get her out of my mind. So I wanted my character Star to resemble her in my head. Talk about Star and the way she looks was very important to me. I wanted her to be a very, very dark-skinned African-American beautiful woman that had a love interest with Hector, because growing up in California there was always a lot of love interest between Mexican-American men and African-American women. And I always just thought it was so sexy and so intriguing, and usually the couples were older than me, and they just seemed like they had it together, and their love just seemed so strong and seductive that I really wanted to showcase that in my book through my characters Hector and Star. My character Angel. Angel is a beautiful transsexual woman that has a heart of gold and is unclockable. For better words, unclockable. What unclockable means in, I guess, the gay slang, that you cannot tell that she's a man by any means. There's no way that you could tell unless she pulled down and showed you her genitals. Everything about her is female, so that makes her unclockable. She can go to work, walk outside, be around straight people at a football game, at a dinner, and nobody would know that she was technically born a man unless you knew her. She's very close with both brothers in my book, and I really wanted to show, even though she had a pretty horrific life, she never lost her ability to love and to care and to nurture the brothers. She was a cousin, a sister, and I think even a mother at times. And she was a very complicated character to write about, because I had to really become a transsexual. And I am a gay man. I am not a transsexual, but I really had to dig in deep and think how she would think, or what she would do, or how she wanted her life to be, or what she didn't want in her life, or what kind of men she wanted, or what kind of men she didn't want. And I had to really dig deep, and I really feel like I gave her a voice. It was very important for them to be very attractive, because number one, it's hard enough being just a regular looking person, or a person that may not be so attractive. You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but what America says is not cute. So I wanted to show what it was like to be attractive, and to be have a nice body, and beautiful face, and see how far you can get with that, on top of the life skills that you already have. And that's what I wanted to show in this book, my book. Mijito doesn't live here anymore. Is there a lesson that I want people to get out of this? No, I would say no. I just want them to just see if a different walk of life from theirs. If they're, if they haven't experienced any of these characters, any of these things that the characters go through. I'm sure there's a message. Looking back, I could probably name several messages, but that's not why I wrote it. I didn't write it for messages. I wrote it because it's reality. It has been people's lives. It's probably people's lives right now. And I just wanted to write a good book where someone can maybe relate or not relate, but still be understanding, compassionate of these four characters in Mijito. I think he had compassion, and I think if there had to be one thing about my book that I really, really wanted to talk about, is I think that at the end of the day, as human beings, whether it's in my book or in real life, everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for acceptance. Everybody's looking for that special someone that they can share their lives with. And all of my characters throughout this book, as young adults, are looking for that. They're looking for love. Everybody's looking for love, even in times they probably shouldn't look for love in that particular person. But we all have a growing journey, and we have to grow, and we have to learn by our mistakes. And that's what a lot of my characters do. They make some decisions that may or may not be too good for them, and they've learned. And you get to see what's going on with them in my second novel, Cochina, and I am writing the continuation of Mijito as we speak. Do I think I was writing for one particular set group of people, being Mexican American, African American, white, Asian, gay, straight, pink, yellow, or green? Absolutely not. I just wanted to write a good story, and to have anybody or everybody that would read it enjoy and get something out of it, or even if they didn't get anything out of it, maybe just some understanding. I guess that's getting something out of it. It was really hard when I ended, because I felt like I had lost my best friends. I was in character with each and every one of them. So for me to be an African American woman, it took a toll on me. For me to be a transsexual, it took a toll on me. For me to be a Mexican American, which I am, male, straight heterosexual male, took a toll on me. And I think I had the most fun with Gustavo, because even though me and him are totally different, I mean, he's perfection. And it was always fun thinking, well, maybe if I was him, what would I do, or what would I think? And but he even had a toll on me at times too with his life. But when I finished it and we did our final editing, and we put it on Amazon.com, I was sad. I went into a minor depression for maybe a week or two, because I had really felt like I had lost my best friends. I had lived day and night throughout, doing clients at the hair salon, waking up, going to sleep, going to the gym, eating, sleeping, watching TV, thinking about them and what they were going to do and what their next move was and how they felt about things, and the horror that they experienced, the good times that they experienced. I really, 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 really went into character and became someone else, and I had never done that before, and it was really, really, really hard, and exhausting at times, but I loved it. I loved the journey, and so I hope that's what people get out of my book, is the journey of these four young Americans that are looking for, I think, what we're all trying to look for: love, happiness, peace, and to ultimately maybe be rich. That's some of us, rich is so many different things. It can be financial, or it could just be rich with blessings of health and happiness. But I hope to put my art, and I hope that people enjoy it. I hope people love it, and I hope people understand the journey that I'm trying to take them on.